Hey guys, remember to like the video and hit subscribe.
Expand on that.
What we see is a rise of communism all over the United States.
What's the definition of communism in your eyes?
I don't have the definition of communism all over. I have the points, what these things look like. I don't have the definition of it.
Can we that thing at the end was good? But like,
I want to see the end now. Hold on.
no, it just said link in bio or whatever. But no,
I want to see it. I want to watch it.
it's literally
This guy made effects and everything. I want to see what he did.
expand on this idea that the election was stolen real quick. It's dumb. Okay.
No, you made this video and you put it up here for us to watch. We're gonna watch the full fucking video. It's like 5 seconds. Finish it. Finish it out. Finish strong. Follow through. Stand by your content. Okay.
I don't have all the data off the top of my head. I do have many friends, people like Captain Seth Keshel.
Okay, that's part of a longer video, but this
Okay.
dude doesn't trust anything around him, right?
That's crazy.
And then I ask him what, yeah, it's crazy, right? And then I ask him what communism is, and he has no clue. And this is yeah, I mean, he's probably been indoctrinated by the Stone family, of
Yeah, you
course.
think?
Yeah, but I mean, I have these conversations all the time, and that's always a train of questioning that I run them down. Like, hey, do you trust this? Do you trust this? And it's a really perfect illustration because at the end, when I always end it, do you trust Donald Trump? They're like, oh yeah, of course. It's a really solid way of showing that they don't trust anyone around.
When I was talking to the Adrian Dittman guy, there was a space and another crazy conservative guy popped on, and he wanted to basically I do one of these. You can get even more precise because I was like, do you trust any of the courts that ruled on any of this, any of the federal courts? And he's like, no. It's like, okay, do you trust like Congress to like make laws? And I was like, obviously no. It's like, okay. So we've gotten 2 out of 3 branches gone, but then you can go into the executive, and you kind of did it with names like. Do you trust the FBI or the CIA? No, obviously not. Okay. Do you trust like the Attorney General or the DOJ? Okay, no. Okay. So the only person, like you said, yeah, the only person that they trust is one man
And like Rudy Giuliani.
at the top of the one private citizens who are not in the government. Yeah, and it's like you understand that this is like definitionally you cannot be any more authoritarian than that.
Yeah.
Like even like it's actually impossible. Like even Hitler had like helpers, okay, that were part of the government. All right. Even Hitler wasn't his own guy. So, like, this is unhinged. How can Donald Trump literally be your sole source of truth? Another question I want to hear asked, I think I said this earlier. You should ask some of these people, what would Trump have to do to lose your confidence? Could he do anything?
They would say that everything is everything is to help America in the end. They'd be like, I trust him. I trust this man. I trust his instincts. And I like something that you said the other day. I saw a clip where you were like, I'm going to flip with conservatives over the next 4 years because I'm going to be so skeptical of every single institution. I'm going to be so skeptical of everything that happens in the government, whether it's Elon Musk having his paws on shit. It just feels like we're going to be the slightly conspiratorial ones now, but we actually have a reason to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's so funny. The faith in the election in 2020 for Dems was like 94%. For Republicans, it was like 27. And then in the next election for Dems, it went down to like 84%. And for Republicans, it jumped like 70 points to like 90+%. And the funny thing is that there was an attempt to steal the 2020 election, but it was done by the Donald Trump people. Yeah. Like that's just like out in the open. And Democrats still had faith in the 2024 one. But it's funny that like Republicans are right that there was malfeasance in the 2020 election, and it's all documented and it's all shown, but it was by Trump and the Republicans. But they think that he needed to try to steal the election. And that's funny too, because you can walk them through it. Like there's a strange debate tactic that people deploy. It's like not intentional, but it's where, and this will happen in interpersonal relationships, it can happen whatever, any place, where somebody will justify a thing that they're saying they're not doing. So you might ask somebody like, did you shake the baby yesterday? And the husband was like, no, I didn't shake the baby. And it's like, okay, well, what was going on? Why couldn't you be nicer to the baby? And they're like, well, the baby was screaming. There was no other way to make it be quiet. I tried every single thing and there was nothing left that I could do. And I was like, okay, wait. Are you justifying shaking the baby, right? And they do this with Trump. They'll be like, okay, you ask about the J6 stuff, okay, right? Like the march on the Capitol. It's like, well, what's going on here? And like, well, we're here to, protest. You're trying to coup, right? Like, no. It's like, okay, well, what were you there to protest? The election was stolen. The courts were all rigged. And they were going to steal the election from us when Trump was the rightful president, okay? So we had to show up to do what? So they stole, like you're justifying
the exact
a coup.
Date, the exact time where Mike Pence is in there certifying it. You're going to show up and people are like, Mike Pence didn't do what needed to be done. It's just a
and you're giving a
coincidence.
justification for a coup.
But have you considered that Hillary Clinton in 2016 said that Trump was a fake president?
True. And that in 1960, Hawaii's state legislature authorized 2 sets of electors to be sent.
Al Gore? Oh, that's the silver bullet.
If you look through the Al Gore stuff, that will blackpill the fuck out of you.
Yeah, we should have fought harder. You mean has the Democratic Party we're a little bit?
Do you know enough of like the date details for January 6th and everything?
Of January 6th, yeah.
Yeah. So like for J6, one of the big deals, like they wanted to fight and get all the lawsuits filed before December 14th because they wanted to be within the safe harbor for the Electoral Count Act.
Yep.
So December 14th was a big date for them, but then they were like, no, wait, fuck December 14th. We have all the way to J6. And then they were like, oh, fuck J6. Let's just push back 10 days. We can fight all the way up to January 20th, right? For Gore, the reason why the Supreme Court issued that ruling so quickly and why Florida killed their recount is because they were trying to maintain that safe harbor deadline by December 15th.
Yeah.
December. And Gore conceded the election almost immediately. But the Republicans are like, bro, we can fight this until forever. It's just insane, the different standards.
Yeah, let's check out this one.
Maximize it.
I think they should have shot Ashley Babbitt twice.
Our president, that's fucked up.
If I broke into your house through your window, would you shoot me?
Oh, fuck yeah.
So
I'd shoot you before you got in the window.
So when there are Congress people in Congress and Ashley Babbitt's trying to break through and they think the cops are standing there saying, stop, stop.
Oh, no.
They absolutely
Who said
stop. Ashley Babbitt was a veteran. She should know what self-defense looks like. And when you're breaking through a window and people are pointing guns at you, it's almost implied that, hey, maybe you shouldn't be breaking through the Congress people.
That was the most awesome, patriotic, peaceful, and I was up there 2 weeks earlier for the MAGA Million March when Antifa attacked us, by the way.
Can you explain to me what's patriotic about chanting "Hang Mike Pence" while he's certifying the results of the election?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Let me ask you, what was going on inside the Capitol? What was Mike Pence doing? What was he there to do that day?
Stealing the election.
He was there to
Certify?
you ain't gotta walk me through it, Adam.
Answer the question.
He was there to be a vice president and to uphold his duties as such.
And uphold his duties as such. What were the Trump supporters doing when they were breaking in and there was a small
the
group?
Trump supporters like that because
What were you guys trying to do when you guys were trying to break in? You're just saying that you guys were all
I wasn't
there.
trying to break in. I didn't go to the Capitol.
So the people that tried to break
Do
in.
you see?
talk
These
about
are all
them.
tactics,
You're
right?
just genuinely going to sit here and say all of these people were just they were
let me
just
tell you
disillusioned.
something.
We can agree on a few things. Number one, on January 6th, Mike Pence was there to certify the election results. Number two, there was a crowd of Trump supporters at the Capitol. Do you think they were trying to stop that certification?
I can tell. Well, I don't know that we were trying to stop it physically, like with violence. I have
There's
absolutely
no violence there. Come on.
Okay.
Ashley Babbitt breaking through a window.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I want to nail this talking point, okay?
Yeah.
You guys
Teach
need
me.
what?
Teach
Yes.
me, Mark.
Okay. The January 6th, that insurrection, that was successful. They did delay the certification
Yeah.
of the vote. Trump just wasn't able to come through on his end, but they did manage to, I think for the first time in U.S. history from the passing of the ECA after. This is like it's like 150 years. It's an old act.
Tim Pool would he would grill you if you didn't know this.
Yeah, I know. What was the year of the ECA passed? Then I would just make something up, but he wouldn't know. It's like 1896. Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
But that was the first time that that vote had been delayed by a day. Like it didn't happen until the next day because of the violence.
Like the J6 rabbit hole almost isn't even worth arguing about. And this is something that I thought, you know what I thought? So when your Jubilee episode released, I thought it was really good. I listened to most of it. But I think during the first interaction, and you'd probably agree with this, you kind of got sucked down a rabbit hole of arguing about, oh, how many breach points were there? You know, I'm talking about the slimy guy.
Yeah, you can't argue any of the facts.
And you know this better than anyone. But like, what you need to do is say it's not even about J6. It's not about the dumb fucks that broke into the Capitol. It's about Trump trying to steal the election in 10 different ways before that. Whether it's him and John Eastman, or whether it's him calling Raffensperger, or him declaring victory on election night before the election results were even counted. Like, aren't those the key pieces that lead up to January 6th?
No, you're close though.
Yeah.
The reality is you just can't argue any of it at all. Because especially now that they won the election and the mask is totally off, let's try this, okay?
Mhm.
I don't think Trump tried to steal the election on J6. I think that was a fake. That wasn't a real coup. And then you say,
Wait, you're the liberal in this?
or
you're the
I'm
conservative?
the conservative.
You
And then
said
you
that
bring up
wasn't-
the 10 earlier.
Oh, yeah. There's like what about Raffensperger phone call? What
What
about
was
John
wrong with that
Eastman
phone call?
theory?
He called him because he knew that it was rigged. So he was just trying to make sure that he was maintaining the safety of the election. A president can do that.
A president's not supposed to pressure an election official.
He wasn't
in another
pressuring them.
state.
He was just asking to make sure. And for the court cases, they were just like, they have a right to go to court. And for the electoral sites, Hawaii did it in 1960, and they were only going to accept those if the courts found any malfeasance. And if you push them more and more, eventually they'll just own it all, but they'll be okay with it. That's the problem. Is you think that you're finding some huge hypocrisy, but the thing that exists at the foundation is that they're actually okay with that hypocrisy because the Democrats already tried it first. I realized this a few months ago that it's like, oh shit, they will own everything because they think the Democrats have already done all of it. So it's actually A-okay. So if you say, you know that Donald Trump like literally tried to steal this election, even if you got them all to the end of that, they'll be like, I mean, that's fine. Like Hillary tried to steal the election. Biden stole the election with a laptop story. I mean, like I think that he's fully justified in doing it to keep America safe. Like that's where they'll be at the end of that.
Maybe we are the bad guys, and we're just wrong about this all.
Maybe. Who
You ever
knows?
think about that? We're
Maybe.
just the bad guys.
True. Maybe we are the bad guys. And it's not the 12 billionaire fucking cabinet and the guy who has 80% vested in his new Trump coin that he's scamming his fucking followers with today.
They're fighting for the working class. You don't get it. It's all for the working class.
These are things that I do support, though. Where somebody craft me a tweet for that. I will support the fuck out of Trump coin. It's like I like anything that causes like direct harm to his followers or fans. I'm fully in support of. So I think Trump coin is a good thing to push.
Yo, this one's kind of scary. I mean, some of these are pretty good clips. I don't know. I just need a recap of 2024.
Okay, you're good.
You either have to vote for Kamala or Putin. Who do you choose?
Oh, definitely Putin.
Putin.
Really? Why?
Absolutely. He's for his people. He is for his people.
Would you rather vote for VP Harris or Vladimir Putin if you had to choose?
I would actually vote for Putin if I had to, for the simple reason, if you understand Marxism and communism, you can work within it.
Yeah, Putin's values on family and on traditions and, protecting children. It almost sounds like, I'm not a pro-Putin guy.
So you think the country would be better off under a rule like a Kim Jong-un or somebody, or Vladimir Putin?
Hey, I love Russia.
You do? Why?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The people are wonderful.
I'm not a fan of Putin, but Kamala is for communism and taking our whole entire...
It's going to be a tough one, but what's your definition of communism? I just want to know.
I believe, it starts off great. I see how people can be attracted to it, like, oh, everybody's even.
And Russia has always been the antithesis of what America stands for. I mean, Russia hates the West. They want to undermine our values. So what does Kamala Harris do that makes her worse than Putin? Genuine question.
Because she's a socialist.
It's almost like a trap. Once they get you trapped, you become one of their drones, and it leads to totalitarianism.
That's a pretty nice video, but isn't that a little bit blackpilling? Just a tiny
It
bit.
is. You inspired me. I just texted my mom. I'm curious what she would say. I don't think I've ever asked her that directly
Yeah.
before. Would you support, just a random Q, if you had to choose either Kamala or Putin as a president for the U.S., who would you say would be better?
I hope she responds while we're still on here, because
She's
that's
absolutely going to say Putin. I'm just curious what her reasoning will be. Probably it'll be what that lady said, because Putin at least supports
he
his.
loves his people. The one that kind of pisses me off though, where it's like he likes to protect his children or whatever the fuck. Like you cannot be and
What does that even mean? What's that a reference to?
like the children of Russia. What the fuck? I
Okay.
think that you almost can't even blame these people. There's this really weird phenomenon that I see at Trump rallies. Phenomenon? I don't know. That I see at Trump rallies where like they're the nicest people ever. There's this one
They are,
dude.
yeah.
They're the nicest people ever. There's this one dude where I was shaking last February because I was really cold. I didn't properly have gloves because I'm a Zoomer fucking idiot. And I was like shaking while I was interviewing him. And this dude, while he's saying some like vaguely race realist stuff, then gives me his gloves off of his hands. He's like, I'll just go buy some new ones. We're going to go in there in 20 minutes. So this nice ass dude gives me his gloves while he's saying some of the most heinous shit possible. And it almost feels a little bit gaslighty. Like I can't get mad at that. That woman with the face paint she's probably unhinged. But like some of these are probably nice people in real life. And it's just, how do you reconcile that these nice ass people are sucked up in them? I guess it's like, there's this book about World War II called Ordinary Men, or The Ordinary Men. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's all the people who were literally just living average day-to-day lives, and then they got pulled in, and 1 year later they're just shooting Jewish people en masse. And
Well, if they were brave enough to do it, or was that not the point I was supposed to take from that? Sorry.
yeah, no,
Ordinary
that's
people, go ahead.
exactly where I was. That's exactly where I was going actually.
The issue, I was going to make a post on my subreddit actually. I'm talking about this. You said you didn't watch my full combo with the PF Young guy, right?
I saw the title, and I think I like clicked it at the airport, but I was flying here.
I don't think that people understand how crazy the incremental steps that you can take in bad media environments can send you down a road to where like coming back is so hard. So like that PF Young guy, like I guarantee you that 8 years ago he saw the liberal media being unhinged about Trump. He probably saw what were some stupid stories or
The
false
Rachel Maddow
statements.
shit, the Rachel
yeah,
Maddow.
the Rachel Maddow attack shit was stupid.
Yeah.
Making fun of Trump for dumping the fish food or whatever next to the Shinzo Abe or whatever, the Japanese guy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Who got killed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when Trump is, and then it actually turns out that he was supposed to empty his whole food.
Yeah,
whatever.
like stupid stories like this where it's like, okay, what are we doing? Why are we like obsessing over everything? So you see some stuff like that. Then you see like Gamergate, and you see like cancel culture, and some of it is cringe. And the thing is that when you see thing after thing after thing, you see like some progressives who are like, these guys are all Nazis, and this guy's a Nazi, and that guy's, and it's like, okay, it's cringe. And then you get like Trump is president, and things at least seem to be going decently, and everybody tells you things are going decently. People are saying things are getting better, things are going well, and life probably is. Like since Obama, this has been like a huge bull run, one of the longest and largest bull runs I think in U.S. market history, maybe the largest bull run in U.S. market history. And you have like all these feelings, and then you come into, to be specific to the PF Young guy, then you come into a debate with me where I'm going to start to say some things that are going to literally be in contrast to every single thing you've ever heard ever. And I'm just a random streamer guy.
Yeah, it creates cognitive dissonance.
No, it just makes me seem crazy. There's not even dissonance there. It's just like, okay, well, that's great, Destiny, that you think this, but like, I've literally had 8 years of so much data. Like, for you to convince me that I'm like you would have to be wrong about so much to be able to listen to what I'm saying. So like I'm sympathetic towards it. Like I think a lot of the Trump people, I don't think the vast majority of the Trump people are not evil people or horrible or hateful people. And they probably think, but like it's just the environment, the media environment that they consume is just so bad. The evil people are people like
Musk.
Tim Pool, who intentionally took money from Russia and has lied about it and is currently lying about it and continues to lie about it. And if he doesn't like that, he can sue me. I absolutely welcome it. I would love the day to represent myself, litigant, pro se, or whatever. I want to. We can do all our paperwork. It would be so much fun.
You'd be a good lawyer, I feel like.
No, because I would say too many slurs. Yeah. Well, I'd have to make sure on a jury I'd be like, I need no people of this ethnicity so that I can go ham. But yeah, you get people like those are the evil people because they truly have like hijacked these people and they're like destroying this country in the process.
We are the frog boiling in the pot right now, and we're gonna over the next few years we're gonna see how this goes. But seeing a video like that kind of just shows you that would have been unthinkable a decade ago or during like the John McCain election. I feel like people like that were not saying, or people were not saying shit like that, even during the Mitt Romney era. Again, Vladimir Putin's salivating. I stole this from Nikki Haley. She said to Vivek Ramaswamy one time on the debate stage, she was like, Vladimir Putin salivates when he sees people like you, Vivek. But look who won. Vivek is now a part of the Trump admin, sort of.
Vivek Ramaswamy. The name that every conservative seems like they can pronounce perfectly, despite the fact that none of them can say Kamala correctly. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah. I've met him. I followed during the Iowa caucuses. See, I've done a decent amount of like on the ground journalism shit. I don't just do like clickbait YouTube stuff all the time.
Wow, good for you. Okay, impressive. My bad.
No, I'm not saying that's you. My YouTube channel.
On the ground journal. Let's go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
My YouTube channel is uniquely clickbaity lately, just because I'm trying to. But like, no, we did during the Iowa caucuses. We followed Nikki Haley. We followed Vivek Ramaswamy, and I talked to him a few times. I don't think he believes a word he's saying.
Vivek?
Yeah, Vivek is like the most clear charlatan grifter ever. And there's this really good argument I have with him on camera where he's like, we need to stop funding Ukraine. We need to split up Russia and China. We need to split their interests. And I say, aren't you worried that Russia's tactic has always been to start a war and then they pause that war when it's like convenient for them, and then they reignite that war down the road? They did this with Georgia 2008, like Crimea. They launched the war, they pause it, they rearm, they relaunch it.